Hey everybody, it's Dreamy. Thanks for supporting my dreams. Hit the like on the way in.
Just sitting in a cloud, oh wow, I'm here right now with you, oh wow, oh wow.
I just wanted to come in and give my 2 cents about the whole Northwest controversy with her going out with her mom and dressing in a little corset and a skirt. So I wanted to get into it by saying, first of all, I think the public's reaction to Northwest is absolutely disgusting. The way that they're reacting to it is so dramatic and repulsive, in my opinion. Um, I have seen people comment the most ridiculous things regarding this. And this is something that shouldn't even be spotlighted, in my opinion, because you're almost causing more attention to it. If people would have just shut up, ate their food, and minded their business, this wouldn't even be a thing. But since it is a thing, I'm going to use this as an example of a mixed child being sexualized and actually fetishized. Okay? Because we have all these people out here that make these videos about mixed children being fetishized. And usually it'll be some bullshit where it's just people calling them beautiful and they're like, oh, why are you fetishizing them? Or people saying, oh, I would actually like to have a mixed child. And then they call it fetishizing, which I don't see anything wrong with either of those things. That is nothing but praise. Praise does not equal fetish. Okay? This, however, definitely equals fetish, in my opinion, because they are over sexualizing her for absolutely no reason. Because this girl is a early bloomer, is why they are over sexualizing her. Now, stick with me, and it will all come together, and you will see why. So, basically, I have seen disgusting comments saying that this girl looks like she's 19 or she looks like she's 28.
I'm not upset with y'all because I know you're mentally ill, which is why one day I'm going to open up a hospital for mentally ill Africans. I'm going to hospitalize you coons because I care about you and I love you.
That is fucking crazy. Look at that girl's face. She looks like a girl. She does not look like a woman. Look at her face and only her face. She does not look like a woman. Okay? The reason why some of you fucking weirdos are saying that she looks like she's 20 or she looks like she's 19 or 28 or whatever false weird number y'all want to slap on this girl is because she is a early bloomer. Is because her body is developing. And they're saying things like, oh my God, I can't believe she's 12. This is the oldest looking 12-year-old I've ever seen. First of all, there is no such thing as a oldest looking 12-year-old. There's no such thing as an older looking 12-year-old. Usually, if you're looking at their face. Now, if you're looking at their body, like the weirdos that you guys are presenting yourselves to be, then maybe if you take her head off of her body and you're only looking from the cleavage down, yeah, then maybe that could be, maybe that could be a 19-year-old. Maybe. Maybe that could be a 28-year-old. Who knows? But me, I'm not doing that. So to me, she could put on whatever she wanted to put on, and I wouldn't look at her and say 28. In my opinion, when we are talking about children, it is so vital the language that you use. It is so easy to change the language that you use. The only correct way to address this non situation that is a situation is to say she's 12 years old, because she is, and she's dressing like she's an adult, or she's dressing like she's older. If those were the comments, I would have absolutely no problem and I wouldn't even label it over sexualizing or fetishization. But when y'all are making comments like this, then that's exactly what it is. And this is majority of the public. And I don't see anyone pushing back on this and saying she's an early bloomer. And in any ethnic community, whether it be black or brown, this is a very common occurrence. So when I look at North, I see something that millions, if not thousands, of black and brown girls go through with being early bloomers. But that does not mean that they're not children. And that does not mean that they don't look like children. If you're looking at their body like a sick freak, maybe not. But if you're looking at their face like a normal person, then yes, they are very much still children. You take 1 second and talk to them, and you very well know that that is a child. Okay? So I think, and I know that this is all about her body. This is all about her body and body types. Because people, and also an interesting thing is even with who her mother is, because Kim does not have the best reputation. She has not always been a businesswoman. Okay, she got into this game real dirty. Okay, on her hands and knees. Okay, back when she made her little tape with Ray J, right? And the reason that I'm also bringing up her mother is because these comments are also talking about her mother. They're saying, "Oh, look, she's gonna go down the same path as her mom." They're tacking that on. I guess the child's got to pay for the mother's sins, right? Or obviously, if your mom's a whore, you'll be one too. And now look, you're even dressing like one, which is insane, insanity, and just simply not true. Um, because if you look at North day to day, right, or mostly when the paparazzi take pictures of her, she's usually in baggy, oversized clothes.
She was a fairy.
It's actually very rare for her to, I guess, dress inappropriately. In my opinion, it's actually not inappropriate for Hollywood for the children. And I'll tell you why. The only reason this is seen as actually inappropriate is because North has cleavage. Because there's something there. If there was nothing there, this wouldn't be seen as inappropriate at all. And I will give you example A. Let's go ahead and look at Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy wears a lot of corsets all the time. Blue Ivy also has a little bit of cleavage, not as much, but she has a little bit. And do you guys know how old Blue Ivy is? Because they keep bringing up how North is 12, right? And they think this is crazy for a 12-year-old. How old is Blue Ivy? She's 13. They're in the same age range. Two different bodies, though. Two different bodies developing, one a little bit faster than the other one, right? Developing differently because that's how bodies work. God didn't make us the same. And Blue Ivy's mom just so happens to have an amazing, amazing reputation. She has an amazing reputation, right? So obviously, there's no correlation there. No one's looking at Blue Ivy and saying, "Oh, she's 13, but she's 13. Why is she wearing a corset?" Blue Ivy has also had her cleavage out as well. It's just not as, flashy, I guess, because there's not as much there. But people are not overly sexualizing her. People are not comparing her. They compare her to Beyonce in a good way. Oh, look, she dances just like her mom. I bet she'll be a beautiful singer. I bet she's going to be a great performer. She's going to be one of the legends. The crazy part is, North doesn't usually dress like this. And on one of the rare occasions that she does, she's immediately compared to Kim. They're saying, when's the, we're going to count down, her first plastic surgery. Countdown to her first plastic surgery. Oh, her mom's selling her, right? Mind you, before all of this, they were constantly comparing her to her father, saying she's just like Kanye. Oh, we love her so much. She's just like Kanye. But then as soon as she shows, the thing is, she's not even trying to be sexy. She just has cleavage. She's wearing a corset just like all of her peers are wearing corsets and skirts and boots. She's not the only one. She just has something there that maybe her peers do not or have less of. So it's not even like she's trying to be sexy. She's fully covered up. And you guys are just full on sexualizing her and then saying, it's obviously because of the mother. That's crazy. It's insane how people are making these comments and they don't find it like wildly inappropriate because you'll do it to one and not the other, which by the way should be done to neither. But I bring up Blue Ivy to show you guys that these girls are in the same age group. They are peers to each other. And North is not doing anything differently than what her peers are doing. They're even talking about her nails. Blue Ivy wears nails. They all wear nails. They're all wearing fake hair. They're all wearing skirts. They're all wearing corsets. But Northwest has to be a little bit more careful about how she does it because she's, a mixed girl who's like an early bloomer, and her mom doesn't have the best reputation. So she's got to be careful. No, not you can't have too much whore-like behavior. It's crazy how fast they were willing to stamp her as a whore, and because these people are actually attracted to her body, or they feel like other people, men in particular, will be attracted to her body, they immediately started comparing her to Kim. Immediately. They were like, oh, just like your mom. When the whole time, when she's wearing the baggy clothes and she's talking shit to Kim, which she still does, it's up, just like your dad, just like your father. And we love that. And they're saying, oh, this is what Kanye was afraid of. The same Kanye that was dragging his wife around naked in public in front of strangers. Imagine what he would do in front of his children. That same Kanye. I mean, come on. But I really want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is this fetish? Is this mixed child being fetishized? Is this unfair treatment? Do you think it's fair? Do you think that the mothers have a huge role to play in this? Because I haven't seen anyone have this take. And yeah, I really want to know what you guys think down below. And until next time.